It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to this special edition of Science Bowl. The two teams you're about to meet have won once already. Today's winner moves on to become the second of the final four in this year's middle school competition, joining Samuel Ogle. Let's meet the teams right now. First from Ernest Just Middle School. Say hello to Samuel Harrison, Sochima Ezenwajiaku, and Charles Thompson. And from Stephen Decatur Middle School, here are Anthony Turner, Christine Howard, and Brandon Welcome. And now here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty. The easier questions on the left, the tougher ones on the right, worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the two rounds, we will have the second of our four semifinalists in this year's middle school competition. Let's go over and make sure everything is working properly. So, Chima, would you try your buzzer? Thank you. We want to make sure it works properly. It seems to. Good luck to you, Charles and Samuel. Christine, would you try yours? Thank you. Works just fine. Good luck to you, Brandon and Anthony. Congratulations on having made it this far in the competition. Let's have a good game. E before S. So, Ernest, just let's start us out. So, Chima, a category and a number, please.
Science Potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, there's a new TV show called Rocket City Rednecks. And recently, a scientist there showed that you can pop popcorn by putting a mylar sheath over top of a satellite dish and tapping into what kind of power to cook that popcorn.
Solar.
So, Chima.
Solar.
Solar power, that's right. That parabolic dish focused those solar rays. That seems like a very odd way to cook popcorn, but they did it. They showed it could be done. Go, Red.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade, 15 points. Teams, for this first visual question, look at the monitor, please. Teams, in Macbeth, the witches in their brew decided to add the eye of this kind of N-initialed, Stephen Decatur?
Newt.
A newt. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat, tongue of dog. Tasty. Go, Green.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams, listen carefully. The most expensive chemical element in the world, ounce for ounce, is this radioactive element that is named for America's most populous state. Stephen Decatur, give it to me in the right form, please. For 15 points, Decatur.
Radium?
No, no. Ernest, just the most expensive chemical element, ounce for ounce, is the radioactive element that is named for the most populous of our states.
States?
What do you think?
Uranium? No, it's not uranium.
Correct answer is Californium. California is the most populous state. IUM, it is a very rare element. No points there. Go, Green. Christine.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, the father of Amanda Knox, the young lady who was exonerated in Italy for homicide, said that his daughter is so stressed that she is running strictly on this hormone that we associate with hyperactivity. Stephen Decatur.
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline, absolutely right. Thank you, Anthony, for your assist on that. Good. Go. Green.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. It is a 6-part answer. Teams, the acronym CHNOPS, C-H-N-O-P-S, helps people to remember the 6 essential chemical elements necessary for life. C-H-N-O-P-S. I'll give you 20 points if you can name all 6 of those chemical elements. Ernest, just read them off.
Carbon dioxide.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, helium.
Oxygen.
Hydrogen.
Helium. No oxygen. What is it? Oxygen.
Oxygen.
What is it? C?
CHNOPS, C-H-N-O-P-S.
O. M.
I heard one mistake already, so I'm going to go over to Stephen Decatur. Can you give me the 6 chemical elements necessary for life, symbolized by the acronym CHNOPS? C-H-N-O-P-S. There are 6 separate ones.
Carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, maybe. I don't know.
Who's our spokesperson? Okay, Christine, let's go.
I'll pass it to you.
Oh.
I'd like to pass this to Brandon.
Okay, Brandon. C.
Carbon,
H.
hydrogen,
N.
nitrogen,
O.
oxygen,
P.
phosphorus,
And S.
sulfur, sodium, sulfur, no, sulfur,
Yes, sir. You got all 6 of them. I was sweating that one out. Absolutely right. You got yourself 20 points. Go green.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points, teams. Mysteriously, 2 of these tallest trees in the world recently fell over in Yosemite Park. Ernest, just.
Oak.
Not oaks, no. 2 of these tallest trees on Earth recently fell over in Yosemite Park. Mysteriously so.
Redwood.
Redwoods, yes indeed. Good, go. Green.
science, Dateline science. For what? 10.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, as a kid, you sometimes took these in the form of Flintstone tablets. When
Vitamin.
Vitamins is right. That's all I need to say. Adults take them in form in capsules, and now we know that they can actually do more harm than good. Okay. Buzzer says first round is over. And Stephen Decatur at 120 points. Ernest just at 65. We have more Science Bowl straight ahead. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You can never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. No matter how safe you feel, adding multiple safety steps can mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Hi, I'm Jordan Sparks, and my I Matter You campaign is all about making a difference, and SOS Children's Villages does just that. I cannot believe how many children SOS has helped around the world by building villages, helping abandoned children, and giving them a mother and house to grow up in. I'm calling on everyone that I know to support SOS in their efforts to help kids at risk of abandonment in countries like Sudan, Vietnam, and Haiti. SOS helps these children over the long term, and you can make a real difference in a child's life. MAD, making a difference. That's what it's all about, and SOS is one of the best. You've got to check them out at sosusa.org.
SOS Children's Villages gives homes and hope to children in need all around the world. Join SOS and Jordan Sparks in making a difference. Visit sosusa.org to learn more.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. Nice to have you here today. So proud of these 6 young people that have been here before this season. They're back again, battling out to move on to the semifinals. We expected a tough game, and that's just what we've got. We're going to give you guys a little bit of a break for a few moments. Let's find out about each of you individually. Some people didn't see you the first time, so Chima, tell us about Ernest Just. Where is it located?
Ernest Just is located in Campus Way.
Yeah, right here in the Lake Arbor area, central Prince George's County. There's a wonderful statue of Ernest Just himself outside. I know that was just unveiled about a year ago. Famed biologist. I remember there was even a stamp with his likeness on. So great role model over there. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Mr. Carter.
Absolutely terrific guy, featured in one of our MSA videotapes that we did here because of the great progress you guys have made there. Who's the sponsor of your team?
Our sponsor is Mrs. Nelson.
And she'll be out in just a few moments. She's an excellent sponsor, and she's been taking pictures left and right. She's so proud of you guys. And you had an alternate on your team. Who was that?
Micah and Ola.
That's right, the two of them. They'll be out in just a few moments. Tell me about your interest in cardiology. This young lady wants to go on and endure years of medical training. For what reason?
To help people with their heart problems, like they have stroke, heart disease. There's heart problems.
Big problem in this country, right?
Yeah.
Seems like so many families are touched by that. If not that, cancer, the number 1 and 2 causes of death here in the United States. What do you do in your spare time, Sochima?
My spare time, I usually play sports, draw, read a book, or I play with my siblings.
How many do you have?
I have 2 sisters.
Younger or older?
1 younger, 1 older.
So you're the middle child there. Yeah. All right. I know they're watching now, how proud they are of you. And welcome back, because you were here representing your school when you were in Phyllis E. Williams Elementary.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a great player. Nice to have you here. Charles, nice to have you here. Tell us about your budding acting career.
So, well, I plan to go to Vancouver Film School and graduate there with a degree in acting. And then after that, I will audition for movies that are coming out if I don't make my own movies.
Wow.
That's my plan.
You've got that can-do spirit. The Vancouver
Film School.
Is that a famous place?
I'm not sure if it's famous. I found it online, and I was interested in the curriculum. So.
Yeah. Have you communicated with them?
No, not yet.
You should probably let them know who you are and what you're about and what they might be getting someday soon. That's great. You're a good player, Charles. As are you, Samuel. You seem to know an awful lot. You've been helping out so much this time and the last time you were here. Tell me how you come by all your science knowledge.
I watch a lot of TV, so I guess I kind of get it from that.
And I hope you watch our program and some of those other shows that teach as well as entertain. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be an architect and a lawyer.
Yeah. You were telling me how much you like the Sydney Opera House, about the design there. I know the new buildings they're putting up at Ground Zero are architecturally arresting. I know the new tower up there, 1,776 feet, that's going to be just magnificent. So good luck to you. Nice to have you back. You're welcome. Stephen Decatur, nice to have you guys back. You're great players. I like your synergy over there. You just seem to feed off each other. You help each other. Christine, is this on purpose? Have you practiced together?
Yeah, we have practiced together a lot.
It shows. It really does show. Tell us about Stephen Decatur. That's down in the southern part of the county, just off Allentown Road, I believe. And who's your principal?
Our principal is Mr. Cyrus.
Yes, indeed. And I know we've done a number of shows at Stephen Decatur, and he's always been a great host. He's a good leader. And the sponsor of your team?
The sponsor of our team is Mrs. Quidera.
Yeah, she's been taking pictures left and right today, too. She's very proud of you, and we're proud of her for all the work she did. And thank you, Ms. Quidera, for sending us such wonderful students here today. Now, that's your school uniform, the matching black polo shirts?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys look good over there. Christine, do you have any alternates on your team?
We have 2 alternates. We have Jethro and Shelby sitting in the other room.
Wonderful. And Brandon, you were an alternate before, and it's nice to have you up here in the majors now. You're right on set, giving you some face time. Christine, before I leave you, tell us about your future.
I would like to be a doctor and a graduate of Harvard Medical School.
Yeah. What kind of doctor? Have you thought about that yet?
A family doctor.
Family doctor. Those are rare breeds these days, those general practitioners, so you'll not want for patients. I know that. You'll be a good one. Brandon, tell us about yourself. Interested in the law, huh?
Yes.
But what particular kind of law?
Law, basically, in medical cases.
Medical cases like medical malpractice?
Yes.
Yeah, and unfortunately there's a lot of that, and certainly patients need some kind of advocate when they're in a situation like that. How'd you get interested in that?
I've seen it on TV, and I thought it was interesting. So.
It is, yeah. There's so many law shows on TV. Sometimes at night that's all you can watch. But they're good ways to kind of think about what kind of career you might want to do. What do you do in your spare time?
I like to read a lot, and I watch Nat Geo Wild channel.
Yeah. And you like Science Bowl too, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Good to have you here on the show. Anthony, welcome back to you. Young man who aspires to be a physicist someday. And I have to ask you what I asked Samuel. You know so much about science, and you know it so quickly. How do you come by all your knowledge?
Well, at school, me and my friend, we have daily conversations about things going on in the universe, like supernovas and fusion and fission. So I'm learning most of my stuff from him.
Wow. So sometimes your friends can be the best teachers, can't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and you feed off each other and you kind of support each other. You're a really fine young man. It's nice to have you on our show. Let's get back to the game. 120 for Stephen Decatur, 65 for Ernest Just. Lots of points to give away. Green team, Christine, start us out.
I would like body systems for 10, please.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, because these in your body fall out, they're called deciduous. Ernest Just.
Teeth.
Teeth, that's right, your baby teeth. They fall out just like deciduous leaves fall off deciduous trees. That's why they're so named. Nice way to start out the second half. Go red.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points, teams. Those beautiful poinsettias at Christmas, by the time Valentine's Day gets here, they're starting to look a little peaked. Some of their petals are falling off. It's all because poinsettias have a very specific photo period. Meaning what? So, Chima, what does that mean about those poinsettia plants?
Can I pass it to Samuel?
You may.
They only photosynthesize during a certain time of the year.
When?
From fall to winter.
You need a little bit more specific information than that. Correct, judges? Yeah. Stephen Decatur, the photo period requirements of a poinsettia plant are rather specific, which is why they start to look a little ragged and peaked by the time Valentine's Day gets here, whereas at Christmas they look wonderful. Tell me about that photo period for the poinsettia.
They photosynthesize during cold weather.
Not really. Photo period is day length. As the days get longer, they do less well because they are long night plants. They need long nights in order to be as healthy as they can be. Nice try, both teams. That was a tough question. Go red.
Soup parade for 10.
Soup parade, 10 points. Teams, there are very few purebred coyotes left in this country. They have interbred with other canines like wolves and dogs, meaning that they're not purebreds. They're now these. Ernest Just.
Pedigree. Is it pedigree? Is it hybrids? Pedigree.
Yes, ma'am.
Hybrids.
Hybrids, that's exactly right. Yes, they're hybrids rather than pure breeds. Go, red. Thank you, Samuel. Yes, ma'am.
Green things for 15.
Green things, 15 points. Teams, NASA has a new fertilizer for growing lettuce in outer space hydroponically, meaning the lettuce doesn't need any, Ernest Just.
Soil.
Soil, that's right. Soilless farming is hydroponic farming. Good, you're up to 100 points. Closing in on Stephen Decatur. Don't let him catch you, green. Go red.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25. Big one in that category, teams. The sawdust that is produced when you pulverize a pine tree to get the pulp to make paper, it is almost purely made of this carbohydrate that we cannot digest in plants that makes up the cell walls. Name it. For 25 points, Stephen Decatur.
Fiber.
Not fiber, good try. What is the name of the carbohydrate that makes up sawdust?
Chlorophyll.
Again?
Chlorophyll.
Cellulose was the right answer. Cellulose. Try again, red. Go.
Soup parade for 20.
Soup parade for 20 points. Teams, sea butterflies are not, as the name implies, insects. Rather, they are a kind of these slow-moving gastropod. Ernest Just.
Slug. Slug. Snake.
Slug. Caterpillar.
Yes, ma'am? I need an answer.
Caterpillar?
Caterpillar, nope. Stephen Decatur, sea butterflies are not, as the name implies, insects. Rather, they are a kind of these slow-moving gastropods.
I think it's weird.
Slunks.
Slugs.
Slugs.
Slugs is right, yes. Slugs or snails we would have accepted. Good, go. Green. Yes, ma'am.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, there is a new field of medicine called cardiac oncology. It seems that a human heart can be damaged if the person is being treated for what other disease?
Malaria or pneumonia.
All right, Ernest, Just, what do you think?
Malaria.
Can I pass this to Sam?
You may. Charles, what do you think?
Malaria.
Not malaria. Good try. Stephen Decatur, cardiac oncology. Damage to a human heart if a person is being treated for what other disease?
Cancer.
Yes, ma'am. Cancer. Absolutely right. Senator Kennedy's daughter passed away recently. She had lung cancer, and all that chemotherapy damaged her heart, even though she was a triathlete. So it is a new concern today. Nice comeback, go Green.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical, 10 points. Teams, one of these frozen structures that sank the Titanic has been discovered. Yes, Ernest, Just?
Iceberg.
Iceberg.
Ice? What are you saying?
Iceberg.
Iceberg is right. Yes, good. All right, red.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, it seems like we are making the oceans dirtier and filling them with more plastic by doing, ironically, something that we do every day, washing our clothes, because instead of wearing cotton and other natural fabrics, Ernest, Just, what do you want to tell me? Samuel?
Polyester.
That's what I want to hear. Polyester fabrics instead of natural ones. I could hear poly all the way over here. I was hoping you'd go with that. Go, red. You're up to 125.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. One of psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud's most important books was the interpretation of these events that take place during REM sleep. Stephen Decatur.
Movement?
Not movement, no. The interpretation of these events that take place during REM sleep.
Eye movement?
Dreams. Dreams. The interpretation of dreams. Try red.
Science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, the fin on the shark that can no longer be culled in California to make shark fin soup is this fin. Stephen Decatur.
Dorsal fin?
Yes, ma'am. Dorsal fin it is. They chop them off and throw those hapless sharks back in, and they just pirouette down to the seafloor. Absolutely cruel. 170, 125. Go Green.
Dateline for 20.
Dateline 20 points. Here's your question. Multiple choice. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. This is President Abraham Lincoln with his favorite son, Willie. Willie unfortunately died at the age of 11 because tainted water was piped into the White House. Multiple choice. Did Willie die of tetanus, tuberculosis, or typhoid fever? Stephen Decatur. Which one for 20 points?
Tuberculosis.
No, ma'am. Was it tetanus, tuberculosis, or typhoid fever that Willie got from drinking tainted water in the White House?
Typhoid fever.
It is typhoid fever. Yes, indeed, for 20 points. Go red. Yes, ma'am.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points and a tie score if we get this one. Body systems for 25. Your question is as follows. Two-part answer. A neonatal respirator is used by what kind of person to do what? Ernest, Just.
By a brain surgeon for brain surgery. It's used by a brain surgeon for like when you're working with certain parts of the brain.
Not quite. Nope. Stephen Decatur, a neonatal respirator is used by what kind of person to help them do what?
It's used by people in labor to help them breathe.
So close. Neonatal is a newborn baby to help them breathe. So close. Try again, please, red.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Big one in that category. Teams. Recently, First Lady Michelle Obama wore a purple dress to a state dinner, and they described the color not as purple, but as this invisible color in the spectrum. Stephen Decatur.
Indigo.
Not indigo, no. They described this purple dress.
Violet.
Ultraviolet. Ultraviolet. You didn't let me finish. Try less than 2 minutes. Go red.
Let's go 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade for 25. Big one in that category, teams. On CSI, the specialist who looks for blowfly larvae to determine when a person died practices a branch of science known as forensic what? Entomology. Oh, excuse me, I gave the answer away. It was entomology. Pick the next one. Red.
Let's get physical for 25.
Let's get physical for 25 points. Your question is as follows. Teams, the superconducting supermagnets that they used in the big atom accelerator gave us a device that we use in hospitals known as the MRI. What does MRI?
Can I pass this to Samuel?
All right, take your time and tell me what MRI stands for.
Magnetic.
Magnetic.
Be thinking in case I come to you, Stephen Decatur.
Magnetic resolution image.
So close, so close. Stephen Decatur, can you tell me what MRI stands for?
I'd like to pass this to Brandon.
Brandon?
Magnetic radiation imaging.
Magnetic resonance imaging. So close. Oh, the buzzer says we've come to the end of the game. I think Stephen Decatur has done it. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away.
Because play might be the best way to fight obesity.
Because staying connected makes my family stronger, healthier, and happier.
Because a safe place after school can lead to success in school.
Because physical activity is vital to my health and well-being.
Because I need to make my world better.
Because playing team sports teaches the character and social skills that build leaders.
Because learning with others makes for a greater understanding.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. Well, we had a hard-fought match, but we do have a second semifinalist in our competition here in the middle schools. It is going to be, with our final score, Ernest just 145, Stephen Decatur 170. It is Stephen Decatur. Anthony and Christine and Brandon, congratulations. You can clap for yourselves, absolutely right. And in the back there, their wonderful ultimates, Shelby and Jethro. And Jethro, thank you. He was on crutches here all day, but he did it, gave it the good college try. And Miss Quadera, congratulations. We will see you in the semifinals. Let me see some smiles here, guys. You played a super game, Samuel and Sochima and Charles. Couldn't have fought any harder. And Ola and Micah, congratulations. I know you probably knew those answers, but it's hard when the lights are in your eyes. Miss Nelson, thank you for all your hard work. I want to see you back again. I'll see you guys back again. Hope to see you on another edition of Science Bowl. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.